Hi, this is Lady Bill Bannon coming to you from my car in the great state of Texas. Thank you for joining me today. I don't know if you can tell, you can probably hear that it's raining from the windshield wipers. I'm going to actually turn them off because it looks like the rain just stopped. So, wow, that was pretty good timing. I can now do my video without the sound of the windshield wipers in the background, or hard rain. Excuse me, guys. I'm just getting over a cold. I'm finally feeling well enough to have, somewhat of a full night's rest. A full night's rest for me might be like a total of like 5 hours, but it really feels like 3 hours because I'll wake up in the middle of the night. I started to do that again, so I really need to find some more relaxation techniques for nighttime. But anyway, today's video is going to be about trying to explain the suspected narcissist in your life to friends and family. So, spoiler alert, they're not going to get it unless they have come from a background of abuse and neglect. They would be familiar with the traits of an abuser, because what you experience when you're living or having to interact with a toxic person that's pathologically narcissistic is abuse. If it's not verbal abuse, it'll definitely be emotional abuse. It'll be psychological abuse, because they'll use gaslighting. They'll use any sort of trick that they can to get one over on you and get ahead, because they I cannot talk today. Excuse me, guys. I'm going to prioritize themselves and their needs. And when I was first divorcing from the ex-husband, my mom took the position of, well, what did you do to add to the situation? When I would tell her about a disagreement that would get way out of control. And this is when I had started to just let loose and tell her what had been really going on, because I presented a different picture. I never told her about the difficulties that I had with communicating with the ex-husband, or how he would go into emotional fits and rages when drunk, and just all in his feelings. I didn't tell her any of that. So when I started to tell her about different incidents, she would want me to take part of the blame, or she would indicate that, it takes two to tango. No. It's like a tangle that you're forced into. You're back into a corner that's painted in the perspective of that narcissistic, toxic person. So there is no reasoning. There is no justification for their actions. And I felt like she was giving him a pass. And it wasn't so much that. It's that he had fooled her and everyone else into thinking that he was a good guy, that he could be reasoned with, that you could talk to him like a rational adult. But you cannot, because they're toddlers on the inside emotionally. They have some arrested development when it comes to their emotional and sometimes cognitive development. I don't know what stunted the ex-husband's common sense and his empathy, but he can turn it on and off like a light switch. And when I want to say that, I mean that it's fake. He's not completely cold and uncaring, but if it doesn't serve him, he doesn't have any feelings for or against. He'll do what he has to do. So if he doesn't like you, I wouldn't put it past him to get revenge on you some way, somehow, and try to cover his tracks. He's very, very, very vindictive when he doesn't like a person. Excuse me, guys. I think I'm going the wrong way, but then again, I don't know if I want to go to that destination or not. it stopped raining, so I might just go to the park, but it might be too wet to really walk around and enjoy stuff if I do that. I don't know. But anyway, recently my mom had asked me to reach out to the ex-husband about going to this Christmas spectacular that her church puts on. She bought tickets for myself, our two kids, and 3 additional tickets. And she asked me to ask the ex-husband if he would like to go. Now, I misunderstood and thought that she had only bought 1 ticket and that the ex-husband would have to buy additional if he wanted anyone else to go, like, the new supplies, his new wife and stuff. But then after talking to my mom, I sent the ex-husband a message telling him, I misunderstood. It's actually 3 tickets. My mom just wants to confirm if you want to go. Well, he never answered me. And about a week later, I followed up with my mom because I wanted to ask friends of mine and not wait forever on the ex-husband. And she told me that she had finally gotten a response from the ex-husband. He had said something about loving to go next year. So I was like, okay, so is he going or not? She's like, well, yeah. I'm like, well, what do you mean? He said next year. Well, I was confused about that. So I asked him, to clarify if he was not going. And she said something about the new supplies, saying that she wasn't going to feel welcome, so she wasn't going to go. So again, I wasn't sure if he meant that since she wasn't going to feel comfortable and not go, that he wasn't going to go, or if he was going to go. And I was also curious to know how the new supplies feelings came into his response to my mom. My mom claimed it was all intact, but it's just a bunch of word salad, confusion and stuff. Pretty typical. So I tried to explain to my mom that the ex-husband is not going to give her a straight answer. He will lie to her face and in text, in writing, just to delay having to deal with something. If his mind is overloaded and he doesn't feel like dealing with something, he's not going to pay attention to any text messages that aren't coming from his work or from the new supply. Or, a particular buddy of his. No, it's just going to be put on the back burner. It's not important, even though it would show respect of my mom's time, because those tickets really go fast. It's a real popular event. There's other people that want to go, so it's only courteous to reply in more than several days. And my mom said that he told her that he hadn't replied because they'd been working late, which is BS. I know he gets on his phone once he gets home. It's just I spent almost 10 years knowing him, and we were married for what was it? A little over 8 years, just over 8 years, having celebrated the wedding anniversary. So I know how he is. Now he's probably bombarded with the new supplies request to help take care of her baby and stuff, and he's dealing with dinner, but he stays up because the new supply and the baby stay up. I don't know why she has her on some weird schedule where she's still staying up at night, but whatever. It's her life, her child, right? But anyway, it's BS that the ex-husband is working so late that he's not able to check messages. He knows he's supposed to reply to my mom, and if she hadn't said anything, I doubt he would have replied at all. He doesn't have that kind of respect for people, you see. Narcissists, they don't care about how something's impacting you. They're just concerned with the here and now and how they're feeling about someone or something, the ex-husband gets overloaded and he will have a lot of anxiety, or he'll go into a deep depression. His nerves will be all on fire. So yeah. He can barely function when he's stressed. But it's interesting that he told her that he's been working a lot. He might be working a lot, trying to make the money necessary to stay in his spot or pay for it. I don't know. Nor do I care. But today I imparted to my mother that from now on she just needs to talk to the ex-husband directly. I let her know that I make it a point to not talk to the ex-husband about anything other than the kids, and I don't ask him questions because it just leads to a lot of word salad, and he ignores the messages anyway. I told her that he is not busy, he just chooses not to look at the messages. He ignores them, but my mom doesn't understand. I don't know if my dad understands or not. He's very much about there being peace and harmony, and not letting people get to you. Even if they say something to make you angry or upset. He's just really laid back. The fact that my mom said that she had to ask a clarifying question triggered me, because I was like, oh, of course you have to ask a clarifying question, because he's not clear about his intent. Narcissists make things muddy, guys, on purpose. Let's see, I'm sorry, guys, I'm just making a decision about where I want to go. Yeah, I think I will try to go to the park. At least I'll walk around a little bit. I'll just stick to the sidewalks. Because I thought it was going to rain a lot longer than it did. But anyway, narcs, muddy the waters. You're not going to get a direct answer, but my mom keeps engaging with the ex-husband like he's a decent person, that he's just like her, and they're not like you and I, guys. I'm not going to say that if you're not neurotypical that you're not worth engaging in. Oh, you most certainly are. If you want to be part of a productive conversation and be a decent person, if you're going to just look off and ignore what someone is saying or cut them down, then no, I don't think you need to be part of the conversation. That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's people with all sorts of things going on, and it doesn't make them bad people. It doesn't mean that you should isolate yourselves from them. It's all about the actions of a person and the intent, and there is no positive intent and goodwill behind the actions of a narcissist. They will lie to you. My mom thinks that he won't lie, he's not putting her off and being rude and disrespectful, but he is. It doesn't concern him, so she doesn't matter. The kids and I, we don't have any use for him right now. He doesn't need supply from us to put on a show for someone else. So back on the shelf we go. Back on the shelf you'll go as well. So, when I was going through the initial stages of recovery, it was really difficult for me to explain to people how trapped I ended up being, because they knew me as this confident, vocal person. And even though I vocalized, my disappointments and things that displeased me and things that were bothering me about the actual actions and messed up things that the ex-husband was doing and saying, I got a lot of blowback. So I was just trained to walk on eggshells. The people who haven't really been in that situation, they're not going to be able to understand. They can certainly empathize with you, even sympathize. That's still good, but don't expect them to to understand unless they have, up close personal interactions that are consistent with the suspected narcissist in your life. They're just not going to get it. It's just going to cause you a lot of frustration. People who are well-meaning will give you bad advice. Oh, just talk to him. He's the other parent. You guys should be open towards co-parenting and work with one another, blah, blah, blah. Well, that works when you have someone who actually wants to co-parent and be involved and not be a jack-A. Yeah, like I said, it's just frustrating to try to talk to people, so I wouldn't even bother, guys. If I were you, if people have questions, just say it's just something that we have to, that she and I have to work out. I don't want to talk about that. That's not something I want to talk about. That's even better. That is actually even better to say. Okay, hold on. I'm just trying to find a good place to park. I think this will be fine right here. This should be fine. Yeah, okay, I'm about to get out. But guys, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up, subscribe to keep up with me, and hit the bell to be notified of new videos. This has been Lady Bill Bannon. You have a wonderful day.